This year we did the usual ministry with Phil putting in radios. I did a lot of teaching, both young and old. And we went on wet, rough dinghy trips. We climbed down impossible, steep, slippery slopes. We lived in the villages, sleeping in the village, and eating village food.
Thank you.
Two things that stood out were Linus's leg and the Rossell farewell. Last year, we watched Linus preaching with a passion. This was our last view of Linus as we left him in 2016. Shortly afterwards, he was beaten up by members of the Catholic Church, leaving him paralysed down his left side. On Sunday, we held a healing service. Then Phil challenged him to move his leg.
Okay, put it back up again.
That's good.
Up again. Up, 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 up. Move it sideways like that.
We believe he will walk again.
Hey!
Meanwhile, Phil installed a radio here, which will give weight to the church and hopefully end the persecution. At Domino, they put on a farewell feast that was so over the top. They spent weeks preparing. The school was closed so the children and teachers could come, and visiting dignitaries. There were about 200. There was a full program of dance, song and drama. A drama where the missionary now in heaven sees the results of her ministry.
Jesus took your hand, you stood before the Lord. He said, my child, look around you. Great is your reward.
Then the speeches of our dearest friends pouring out their hearts.
I remember the day we were not expecting a yacht to come with 2 whites to come and see us. Siggy and I, we were elders. He was an elder that time. And we were just staying in our home. Siggy was not wearing any shirt. We were staying and all of a sudden I looked and I saw Perry. And I told him, Perry is coming back with a white man. And that time, we were not really used to the whites, to talk openly to the whites, but it was through Pam and Phil we can speak boldly to the whites. And Phil came. When he came in, Perry came and shook hands with us. Phil stood and he watched at Siggy. He was really staring at Siggy. And he picked something. He knows it himself. He went and shook hands with him and he hugged him as if he knew him long time. We were also nervous. We held back to talk openly to him because they made us shock. But then Perry told us everything. And then they went out on the yacht again. For 15 years we've been friends. It's hard to let you go. But
when I was a small boy, I used to be with my parents, working in the garden, spending all our time on Russell Island. We never knew anything about the Western world. But ships still come in boats, small vessels still come in, at times yachts still come in. And I used to sit down at the garden and say, I wish if one day I could get on one of those yachts or boats. And I never knew where they come from and where they go. And I never knew about the whole world. I never knew about it. I didn't know the island we live and the sea we fish. It came to a time when I gave my life to the Lord. As I grew up to be a man, I gave my life to the Lord. And I took a step of faith. I was not trained to be a pastor, or how to preach, or how to lead, or what to do. I was not trained. But as I respond to the calling of God upon my life, Then as years went past, and one day I was staying and praying, and the Lord told me that one day we will work with international ministries. And I'm not educated, I'm standard 6 dropout. One day we will work with international ministries. And I never knew about the word international ministries. So I went and asked some friends, what is the word international and ministries? And someone explained to me and said, working with whites. And others say that, how can we work with whites? And as years went past, one day, as Julie had mentioned, we were staying here. That was the very day when Phil and Pam woke up over there. And I walked, and the first word Phil told me, we came to work with you. And I said, yes, the Lord told me. Then we shake in and we hug each other. That's where we began. And now we do have Bibles, Phil and Pam. We have radios. And whole Damno community have sat under the video in this building. And you have blessed us with many things. What are times that we had, what are days that we had. But as time goes on, and this day is a time of just think back in your family as a family, and they are sending one away to another place that will never return. What a time that will be. What a time that will be. In the Bible, if we look back, Ruth and Naomi. As Naomi left, Ruth followed. And I'm on deck to follow them. But again, the country law says no. I cannot follow them. And as they came for ministry, the first time they made an altar call. They made an altar call and I went out to pray for. And Phil came and prayed for me. And not long I hugged him. First time I hugged white men and he hugged me. And I took that time. When he hugged me. And Tim was praying for others. All these dramas came in and all these saints, they said, it's all our saints. And I was in tears. They're sitting. But now the Lord has given me strength to speak. That's why I'm speaking now. But it will be a pain day to me, the very day they will sail out. Phil and Pam, through you, we have been matured through your ministry. We have, as we sat under your ministry by showing video, by sharing to us, and even your life speak to us. And we will not forget you. In our hearts, we will stand with you in praise with you and your nation, and even other nations as well.
I do remember the first time we met. In fact, it was in that corner of the church over there where we were praying for each other. I got the answer in Pastor Siggy. He's got his answer in me. We're praying, we're quick. And I'm thinking to myself, Phil, is this culturally right? What am I doing? Should I be doing this here? Do they allow this? I don't know what your culture is. Too bad I'm doing it. And that was the beginning of an absolutely fabulous friendship. Absolutely.
They prayed for us. We could not fail to appreciate their gratitude for our ministry, nor the depth of their feelings for us. It's been an incredible year.